Hello, welcome to the Real Internet Come Forth Meet the Author Session Live. My name is Antoinette Smith and I'm your author. Remember to get your books, get your books, get your books, people. Some of them are on sale at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Google, Apple iTunes, Walmart.com, Target.com, Books A Million, Kobo, Indigo, and Tails. All of them come in paperback and digital version. Get your copies today. Remember, we are reading from the Real Internet Come Forth book series, volume 1, 2, and 3. We are currently in volume number 1. This is the final reading of volume number 1, titled The Darkness Begins. So we are going to finish up this book and move on to volume number 2. So this is chapter 6, and it is titled The Fighter. And this is age 10. I am 10 years old now, and I will fight anything and anyone that looks at me wrong. I no longer have to go to the daycare or stay with my older brothers. Both of my fathers told my mother to take me with her and not to leave me alone because I was getting bigger and had to be watched more. My mom and stepdad divorced, and my mother had a new live-in boyfriend whom none of us liked. I didn't listen to anything he said because he was not my father. I already had two and didn't need any more. Excuse me. So my mother was drinking really heavy these days. Not sure what her problem was, but we were always gone, staying at other people's house because she was too drunk to drive us home. I had been tortured by many boys and men at this point. I no longer submitted to performing oral sex on them or putting their hands down my pants. I would fight, bite, kick, scream, and they would stop. My mother was in an abusive relationship with a married man. They would fight all the time. He would hit her when she was drunk, and I would run into her room to stop him. He would cuss at me, but I wouldn't leave. So this one night, he hit her and went home as he always did. My mother was leaving, and I was crying. Mama, don't go. Where are you going? She left anyway. Time went by. It was late. About 11 or 12 midnight, and my mom came running into the house. He had hit her outside. She went into the kitchen and got a machete. As soon as her boyfriend walked in the door, she hit him across the forehead with the machete. I screamed, and my brothers did too. We said, Mama, no. She said, MF, didn't I tell you not to put your hands on me and to leave your wife and stop playing with me? Excuse me. Lord Jesus, our mother is going to jail, was what my brother and I said. So I sneaked and called our daddies, and they came in the middle of the night to see what was going on. Of course, they defended my mom, but they didn't. But they told her to leave that man alone. Well, lo and behold, the next day we got home from school, and that man had moved into our house because my mom had burned down his house with his family in it. Excuse me. With his family in it. No one was hurt at the time, but she told him, you're going to leave them or somebody going to die. He stayed with her until he died. We were ashamed because we went to school with his children. He took care of our house and his wife's house. I don't know how they did it. Both of them would drink and fight. We just got used to it. He would leave and come back. My mother acted as if nothing ever happened, so we did too. I rebelled against both of them. Let me go live with my daddy, I said. My mother said, no way. He ain't got time to raise you. I'm like, you don't either. So I fought every chance I got and talked back too. I slammed doors and she would beat me. I didn't care. I hated her anyway. She didn't care about me, but she didn't care about anyone but herself. And my daddy, both of my fathers, would tell her the same thing. She didn't want us. She just didn't want to look bad if we went to live with our father. She put on a front for the community and her family, and they were just like her, drinking too. Everybody made me sick in this stinking house, and I'm still wet in the bed having nightmares. I still play with my dolls. I still attend Awana and church on the regular basis. I went to the Olympics and overnight camp that year. I was still maintaining my grades at school. I began to keep a daily journal to write how I felt about my life, my family, and the people around me. It was very helpful because I got a lot of cussing out of my system that I couldn't say to people. I didn't write names because my mother might find it and know who I was talking about. I cursed her out in my journal too. I was not doing very I was doing very good at the moment because I was in control now. No more hurt or pain. And I'm going to end the chapter right there. Remember to get your books, get your books, get your books, people. We are reading from the Real Internet Come for the book series value 1, 2, and 3. We just completed value number 1 titled The Darkness Begins. And it was about molestation, age 4 to 11. Okay, so thank you for continuing to watch these videos. Share these videos with your friends, your family, and your loved ones. Remember, until we meet again, God gets the glory and I tell the story. Goodbye.